Homelessness affects anybody, and it can affect any community around here. And just by looking at somebody, you cannot determine whether they are homeless or not.
What are some of your favorite things about your home? There are so many wonderful things about a home, so much potential for joy and love, sharing, connections, and sanctuary. Home is so much more than a roof over our heads. Home is so much more than shelter.
According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, although the number of chronically homeless has decreased over the past 4 years, there are still over 750,000 homeless persons in America. Of October 2nd, 1992, as the result of a 9-month grassroots organizing effort by citizens in Oak Park, Forest Park, and River Forest, Tri-Village PADS offered its first night of emergency shelter. With the average length of stay in the emergency shelter at 21.8 days, PADS successfully manages a coordinated effort to move guests into appropriate housing and to break the cycle of homelessness as quickly as possible.
I think that the PADS program being here for these past 16, going on 17 years, has been a blessing. It's been a blessing to the congregation.
I find that it is a very humbling experience. I find that I no longer take for granted the things that everybody does take for granted, you know, having food every day and having shelter every night and having warm clothing. So it is a very humbling experience.
This is the story of PADS today, beyond shelter.
West Suburban PADS focuses its efforts in 4 main areas: the emergency shelter, supportive services, supportive housing, and homeless prevention.
The Support Center is a year-round multi-service program that addresses the income, health, employment, and housing needs of the homeless in our community.
You really need not only the concrete services, they have to be there. And concrete services, I'm meaning food, shelter, you know, the clothing, all that. It's equally important to have a relationship, and that's what the case managers provide. It's overwhelming to be homeless, it's lonely, and case managers are in some ways like coaches, counselors, to help people through this traumatic time in their life. So I can't emphasize enough that both components are needed and need to be supported.
Michelle Brown, Denise Glatton-Peters, and Scott Jensen have all found housing with assistance from PADS.
Working with PADS was a very, very positive experience. I found everyone I worked with was very knowledgeable, was very willing to help, was very nice, and went out of their way to try to make sure that the services that I was seeking, that they could provide me with the best possible help at that time.
I represent a person who had some adverse situations happen, and it just goes to show I am an example of someone that it really can happen to any of us. You know, I come from a middle-class family. You know, I was a case that I really needed some help. I just needed some support, and thank God PADS provided it to me. I love my home. Not only that, I'm volunteering for PADS, and I completed a CNA program. Today I was called to West Suburban Hospital about a job that I can perform there, and I'm really looking forward to that because I want to pursue nursing. And PADS has provided such an opportunity for me and my children. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful.
You know, I came here confused, had no idea where my life was heading. I totally had really given up on life. And that little spark of hope that I think is deep down inside of every individual was inside me. And it took those people that I worked with that were in PADS back in 2000 to kind of, you know, ignite that spark. Their love, their compassion, their forgiveness, their gentleness was what I needed in order for me to get better. And I sat next to Linda at her desk and I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to do something with my life. And she said, Tim, I believe you will.
And I was crying, we were separated, and I was about to commit suicide a few days before. I couldn't take care of my kids, and to me, it's really unfair. How are you going to bring kids in the world and not be able to take care of them? I had lost my job at North American Medical Management, and she said, Michelle, I know these people that can help you. I said, no, can't nobody help me. I'm at the point of no return. I'm tired. I'm done. She said, before you do anything tonight, call these people. And I was like, okay. I snatched the number. I was like, okay, whatever. She said, no, call them. I'm going to call them, Michelle. They're going to be expecting a call. I was like, okay, whatever. And PADS is amazing.
Tell me more.
Oh, let's see. The people are beautiful. I mean, genuinely beautiful, and they care. Nobody can have that job and be a pretender. You just can't do it. They love what they do, and you can see it in them. You can see the compassion in their eyes. You can see the empathy that they have for people. You can actually, it's like oozing off of them. You can see it, you know, and they love what they do. And I leaned up against this wall right here and I just cried. I said, Lord, I thought you forgot about me. I really thought you forgot about me. But I'm happy. PADS is wonderful. And it should be a program like that all over the world.
It's seeing the people that have come to us that have really struggled, and knowing that when they come to us, we're expected to perform some miracles and really change lives, mend lives, rebuild lives, so they'd never have to become homeless again.
West Suburban PADS has launched Next Steps, a capital initiative to raise $300,000 to transform the 2,800 square foot ground level space into a new expanded support center.
This area is going to be our support center. We need your help and the help of everyone to raise funds to make it a center that will be open and accessible to all individuals who need our assistance.
And so that is our goal, and that is why we're here today, is the importance of this program and investing in this basement down here, and to realize that dream of moving what we're doing upstairs.
And I think everybody can be great, because I know that everybody can serve. And everybody can share in this ministry right here of providing for those who are less fortunate than ourselves, helping people up. You know, that's a really, really good feeling when you help somebody else to cross the bridge. It may be one night is all they need. It may be one meal is all they need. It may be one ride to PADS for one night and one meal and an encouraging thought or encouraging word from somebody here that'll turn that person around, and they'll just they feel they're just energized. Sometimes that's all it is. And I think that every day that we live, we have an opportunity to do that. And we can start today. God bless you.
Amen.